Leading off our discussion tonight is Democratic Congressman Adam Smith of Washington. He is the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee. Congressman Smith, I want to go straight to, especially as a West Coast representative, I'm sure you got calls from the West Coast today when Donald Trump's FBI tried to make it known that the West Coast needs to worry about a missile attack launched from Iran. What can you tell your constituents and America about that tonight?
Well, I mean, the fundamental question, one of the fundamental questions is, are Americans safer because of Donald Trump's war? And the answer to that question is no, for a whole bunch of different reasons. But this report from the FBI underscores it. As you pointed out in your monologue, Iran views this as an existential threat because it is. Donald Trump has said he wants to take out the regime. And so they are lashing out, certainly across the Middle East, but elsewhere. And they have various terrorist cells and proxies. And we have to be, ready for that, which, of course, Trump and his administration is not. I don't have specific reporting on the details of this. I'm getting a classified call tomorrow. But Americans everywhere have to be ready for the fact that Donald Trump has plunged us into a war that is expanding on a daily basis.
There's been a lot of reporting today saying that this theory, this FBI theory of a drone attack on the West Coast is technologically impossible for Iran. What is your understanding of that?
Yeah, I don't know, to be perfectly honest with that. I will say that I don't have an enormous amount of confidence in Donald Trump's FBI, as has also been widely reported. They've recently fired some of their primary Iranian experts because they dared to be part of the investigation into Donald Trump. So the incompetence problem that you pointed out is deep in the administration. That's part of the problem in being prepared for this. I need to get more details on what's possible, what Iran might have. But the bottom line is we're at risk, and I really want to emphasize one other point. The biggest thing that all of us policymakers and everyone in the country needs to be focused on is stopping this war. It was a terrible idea. It has gone horribly, but we need to get it stopped as soon as possible because it's only going to get worse day by day in terms of the negative impacts. And we're not going to be able to achieve the various different goals that President Trump and others advocating this war have been trying to achieve. It needs to stop now.
What is it like really trying to find out how much a war like this actually costs?
Yeah, it's normally difficult, but it's particularly impossible because the Trump administration is not transparent. They do not share the information with Congress that they're supposed to share. We've been trying to get the cost of the boat strikes going on in Latin America and the operation in Venezuela, and that started in September, and they still haven't provided any information on that. But I think the estimates that it's costing between $1 and $2 billion a day are pretty accurate. Now, keep in mind, that's just the cost to the U.S. Treasury. The cost to the economy, our economy, the global economy, is even far greater than that.
And as we go forward, what are the kinds of ways that Congress might be able to get control of these costs?
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to press them as hard as we can, press for the information, and we will do that. It would help enormously if I was chairman of the committee instead of ranking member. That gives us subpoena power, a lot more ability, and I would think that if we win, hopefully, we get back in the majority, we're going to have to do that. Because even information that the Republican majority is asking for on different issues isn't being provided. We are going to have to press them, and I think we're going to have to use legal process to get after that information.
What is happening to American weapon stock?
They're going down rather significantly. I mean, we already had a problem in terms of munitions. We haven't updated the manufacturing of them so that they're manufactured more quickly. Then we had the conflict in Ukraine. Israel's various wars we've helped out. We were already in a bad spot. We also had the war against Yemen, which a lot of people have forgotten, but we spent 3.5 months bombing the hell out of Yemen last year as well. So yeah, we're getting pretty low. They have not yet given us the numbers. Again, another aspect of the complete lack of transparency. Two big things they haven't given us. They haven't given us the numbers on what weapons we have left. Also, even as every day they claim that they are meeting their objectives, they have not given us what exactly those objectives are and what exactly they've destroyed to date. So we're going to keep pressing, but the lack of transparency now is a huge problem.
Congressman Adam Smith, thank you very much for starting off our coverage tonight.
Thank you, Lawrence.
And coming up, as we reported last night, there was no good news for Donald Trump in Tuesday's